I'm Fred Riedinger III. I served in the United States Coast Guard. Coast Guard cutter Half Moon, 1967 through 1968, 2 Tet offensives. And we provided gunfire support to whomever called. It was usually the Army or the Marine Corps. And we provided medical services to the local Vietnamese. When advisory units would be overrun, we would go in and get the unit back up, and I was in charge of the communications. When I had a chance to interface with the local populace, and it was all agricultural, they were a kind and gentle people. After I retired from the Coast Guard, I was an assistant engineer for Motorola on missile systems. And one of the engineers, I was having a discussion with actually a few employees about my experiences in Vietnam, and I just used that same description of the people I ran across, and I wasn't aware of it at the time, but there was a Vietnamese engineer who had escaped. And as I left, he looked at me and tears. You hated to abandon these people. Guys on the vessels, you know, we didn't go face to face with the Viet Cong or none of the Vietnamese, but the Army spotter pilots, they would tell us to, give us a position, and being in the discipline I was, I was called upon to make sure everything was aligned correctly, and the fire control system and all that. And the Army spotter pilots would tell us the results of our gunfire support, and that describe body parts flying through the air. And it's kind of an oxymoron at the time, because you're happy because the reason you were called to provide the gunfire support was to save Army and Marine units that were encircled along the Delta. So we were happy for that. But then, of course, when you think about things after, you think about those two. Wasn't happy that that was a political decision to make. Just leave those people. Because you knew what was going to happen to them. The best way I know how to describe it, you heard about comments of families from veterans who were lost over in Iraq, and their feelings of how we left there. It's no different for those of us that served in Vietnam. Sure sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.